Okay, what we have here is a 7mm, is an 8mm mauser, 8x57 mauser cartridge, which was made in Iran. This is a new cartridge, and over here we have a fired cartridge, a fired brass. So that was the original round, and that's a fired one. And as we all know, it's not reloadable. And our goal today, my goal today, is show how to make it, how to reload it. Okay, let's do it. That was not me, that was my dog. Okay. So first what we do, we drill a 2.5mm hole in it. We have to remove this bed. Oh, I forgot to mention this is a berdan primus, and which is not reloadable, which is all corrosive, but it was fired, and case is not usable. But I'm gonna show how to reload it and make it usable like a regular case. It's 8x57mm mauser. Okay, so first thing we do, we drill a hole here. Okay. Okay, we'll drill a small 2.5mm hole. Okay. Then we use this tool and we remove the cap. And that's how it's done. And the cap easily comes out. Okay, that was the first step. Now, our next step would be to, if you try open it, after I open it, I'll show you. You see that's what inside of it. That's why when you try to reload, you cannot use the regular die with a center pin, punch pin that removes the primer. There's nowhere to go. So now we're gonna solve this problem. We put it back in a vise, and we're gonna do some drilling again. This time I'm gonna use a 5.4mm drill bit. And what we do, we're gonna drill this pin out from the cartridge. And we are drilling it. Let me see. Okay. And we are drilling it. Okay. We drilled that pin out. Then we're gonna use a punch, and we're gonna basically have a small hole here, and you can make it a little. You can drill it a little more, make this hole a little bigger, like this. And you use this punch, and you open the hole. Like this. I'll show you when I'm done. So So what we did here, we made a hole for future primer, for future reloading. So you have to drill this thing only once. You don't have to do it all the time. And after we drilled it and made a punch, we made a hole that would a regular case would have, regular brass would have. This was the first step. Now, as on a regular brass, regular case you would do, you would have to resize it. So we will resize it. I put it through the resizing die, and one, I will go again, two. You see, I have a pin in the resizing die sticking out and easily goes through the case. So next time when we'll have to reload this case, we won't have to drill anything to do. It would be reloadable as would any regular case that can be reloaded. Okay, this we did that. I clean it inside. Next, what we'll do, we'll have to check the length of the cartridge because it was fired. So now we're going to cut it to the length over here. Okay, we did that. Now I rim it from inside, and we also have here a small bar here that I would use a file to remove it. Like this. Like this, okay. And we clean it inside again. Okay. Now I'm gonna show you another step. We're not finished yet, we'll be finished in a moment. And this is the most interesting and important step. If you're gonna look at it and I put the primer just falls in there. You see? It's not holding there if you put it. So what we're gonna do, we'll have to crimp it a little bit. So let's do that, and that would be our final step in preparing this case. Okay, so once again, let's use our punch, and we're gonna knock once, we're gonna knock twice, and I'm gonna knock again, like this. If you see here, if you take a look at it, it's almost flush, which is good. I crimp it, but what I want to go ahead and do one additional step, and I want to sit it when you punch it, when you crimp it. Actually, what happens? Primer comes up a little bit. So I'm gonna use a regular. You see, it comes in here. So basically, nothing. It's not necessary to do, but I'll do. What I do, I'll press it down a little bit, because when I start crimping it, it's not holding in place there, and when I punch, it comes up a little bit. So now you can see it perfectly flush here. Okay, so now I can put it back in a vise like this, and we'll finish crimping. And I will finish the crimp. Okay, and I gonna make 3 more points like this. One. Okay, 1. 2. And 3. And basically we're finished. If you want, you can do more crimping. But I tried, and 6 points mauser. You can go ahead and make 8, but 6 points are enough. So I made the 6 crimping points here, and I crimped the primer here, and the primer will stay in place. If you hit a little bit in the corner here, it's okay, primer won't go off. But that's where it's held by the crimp. So this case is basically ready for reloading, and once you load it, this case would be a ready round. So this was the basic main preparation for the case. And if you'll have to reload it again, you will just put it through the regular resizing die with the depriming punch, and the primer would come out, and you can use a regular priming tool, any priming tool, and I tried it. Once all primer comes out, you can easily put in another primer in here, and it's held in place. You don't have to crimp it again like regular round. So that's all about it. And who said that it's not reloadable? You know that if you have skills, if you have some ideas, some knowledge how to use those skills, you can make things work. Okay, so try it at home, and you'll have some use of berdan primers, and the shells the cases that couldn't be reloaded. And instead, if you can buy, you can go to Midway USA, you can go to Brownells, and you can buy the case, empty cases, which is like $1.50 each. I mean, it's a possible solution, but for me it was actually a challenge to reload it, and I thought of all these steps, and I put it to life, and they actually worked. And I fired these rounds, and I tried it, and it really works. So try it at home, and wear safety glasses and enjoy it. Okay.